Happy New Year, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you again. Last time we had a chance to speak, it was before the election. And obviously you have a new city council that's coming in with the results. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, 6 new council people changes the dynamic. Hopefully with that level of newness there, we can get them educated up about what we're doing and how we're going to be moving forward as a city, and hoping to get their vision in place, and so I can work with them. My hope and my goal and my prayer is that they'll be willing to work with us. Those potent emotions, potent spices, anger, envy, and those type of things, that we hope to get rid of those type of elements, and so we can all focus on one path, and that's focusing on the empowerment of the community and the residents.
They have already taken one big step, and that's approved the spending of the COVID relief money that the city has received so far. What's the first priority there? Right,
what they approved is the oversight and the compliance capacity piece that we had to build into this. We have $94 million with a rule set that's been codified, 410-page document. It takes a lot to make sure that we have the level of capacity to be within the rule set. I made a commitment to this community that every dollar from birth to expiration, that we'll be able to identify exactly where those dollars went. And so we brought in a compliancy firm to be able to help and assist us with that. Also, to be able to go out and solicit input from the public is one of the things. And that whole thing with that contract is $46 billion of competitive dollars that was released in the American Rescue Plan. And they're going to be going out and seeking some of those competitive dollars, and so getting more money in beyond the $94 million that we've already been allocated.
Council said they were approving the third-party oversight for a year, and they called that a compromise, and hoped it was something that your office would accept.
Yeah, I'm willing to accept that, but we want to put it in a position and put it in place. The delays that we've had, because the bid went out some time ago, and we want to be able to engage the process. Now I think we have all the elements ready to go. I'm willing to accept that level of compromise, as long as we have the element of oversight and compliancy. We have to have that. That's something that the city of Flint hasn't seen much of. When we talk about $1.5 billion over the last 6 years to remediate the problem of water, sometimes it's a challenge to figure out where those dollars have went to. We need to be accountable for the community, and also by mandate to the federal government.
Now, another issue that came out of City Council, and just wondering where you stand as mayor, was this approval of recreational marijuana for a shop in the 8th Ward. And the councilman there, Dennis Pfeiffer, did not agree with the move. It did pass, but he was the sole no vote. Apparently, other council members thought there haven't been issues with other shops within the city, so why would we, not approve it here? What are your thoughts on how the city has handled having the availability of recreational marijuana? Have we seen additional problems? Have there been no problems?
Well, overall crime inside the city of Flint is down, only with the one exception of homicides. And so we have not seen an uptick, since the recreational marijuana has become the rule of law in the state of Michigan. There's no longer a prohibition on recreational use. The city of Flint itself has been into the provisional centers medical marijuana for some time now. Since 2014, they have been provisional centers throughout the city of Flint. We have not noticed anything in those areas for the uptick of crime. But moreover, the use of marijuana has been something illegal use throughout our nation for some time now. So what it does is bring something that was in a legal realm and bring it into the legal realm. Much like lottery, right? We knew that before lottery was a legal activity before it became legalized. Also, the use of alcohol, when there was a prohibition on alcohol. And so there are growing pains, and this is something that's fully in the realm of council there to make a decision to the affirmative or not by a vote, and they did so this past week.
The city has some new fire trucks in the fleet, and we were talking before we went on air. You said the city is now in a position to where the entire fire fleet is younger than 10 years old. Talk a little bit about the new vehicles that have arrived.
Yeah, building capacity is something that we've been trying to do with our infrastructure, internal infrastructure, external infrastructure, our fleet, and this is something that's been a goal of mine. Being in office only 24 months, I am very happy to the accomplishments that we made in those areas, and we're going to continue to push forward. As we even upgrade personnel in those departments. Right now, the fire department is fully staffed the way we budgeted, and so that was a challenge to get to that particular point. And now we have fresh vehicles for them to operate in and equipment to be able to help protect and serve the residents of this community. And I'm so happy to be in position that says that we made it a priority and we're getting it there.
So I understand we have 2 trucks are here already, and there is a 3rd on the way.
Yep, and we have to identify, because the supply chain has been interrupted in America for many different things, and so I have to really check the day-to-day status. Whether that last vehicle has arrived and has been striped with the logoing and everything. But it's always great to see some new equipment to be put in service for the benefit of the public. It is a great thing to be able to say that yes, we made a difference here. We put our finger on the scale and it benefits the public, and that is one of the things that we've done since we've been here.
Certainly, one of the things that really benefited the entire city in terms of its development and somewhat of a rebirth was the fact that you were able to get Kelfani Stevens to come in as Economic Development Director. And he recently accepted a new position that was, for all intents and purposes, a big promotion for him because he's now the Deputy Mayor in Pontiac. But what did his service here mean to the city? And now as you look to find someone to fill those shoes, so that you keep things moving in the right direction. What are you thinking?
Well, he had a remarkable tenure here, putting things in position, and we're going to be making some new announcements here in the next coming months about some of the work that he's done here. Major developments that we have put in position, small business growth to large businesses, training and recruiting personnel up under his tutelage. We have those personnel here, and they're stepping into those shoes right now as we seek out more engagement. Also with our partnerships with the Flint Genesee County Regional Chamber of Commerce to be able to make sure we bridge the gap with economic growth and development. We have the contracts in place to making sure that we continue to grow and making sure we have our arms around this big economic boom that's getting ready to start here in the city of Flint. And so we're happy for Kelfani Stevens. Flint was the road to the destination to making him deputy mayor of the city of Pontiac, one of our sister cities, and I'm so happy for him.
Is it really halftime in your administration now? You've been in office 2 years already?
2 years is more than halftime because it was a modified term, 3-year term. 24 months I've only been here, and we've seen a magnificent difference, especially in our water growth and what's happened with our major projects, completing major construction projects, testing cycles, completing where now we have our environmental protection agencies, EGLE and EPA, saying, hey, we appreciate the work that you're doing inside the city of Flint. We're making some marvelous strides, and now we have to continue to try to build a coagulant for our community to come together. We have to get beyond the strife and the rift between all sectors of our community. We need to build the bridge between education and city government and county government to tackle our problems. And we have to really work to that. And I'm really hopeful, and I'm going to continue to extend the olive branch to council members to try to get them to that particular point, because the culture, what I call the new negative normal, had been negative being the word, is fighting. And we see it on a national level, we see it on a state level, but I want to be able to set the pilot light for the rest of the world to follow on how we can work together to make a better community, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.